In the last lecture, we started outputting a list by mapping an array into an array with JSX elements. And this is the common pattern of outputting lists in React. You just use JavaScript because, hey, everything is JavaScript. I can't say it enough. Now, we still got some things to improve. For example, this key warning we're getting. I'll come back to that soon. However, before I do that, let's see how we can actually manipulate this array. And for that, let me add a new click listener. Inside our person component here, we actually already have a click listener on the first paragraph. And there we execute this click prop. Prior to our change, there we then called the switch name handler. Now, I will remove this method. I'm not calling it anymore from anywhere in my application. Instead, I want to add a new handler. I'll name it delete person handler, and you might be able to guess what this will do. Here, I want to delete a person from my array of persons. And I want to execute this when I click this first paragraph in a person. So again, there a click prop is executed as a method. So I should add a click prop to my person here, click. And there I should reference this delete person handler. Now, when I click the person, I want to execute this method and I want to delete this person here, of course. Now, for that, I need to know which person this is. Since we output a dynamic list here, I don't know by now. The good thing is this map method also exposes a second argument. Besides the person, which I used thus far, I can add a second argument, or receive it, I should say, the index in the array. And as a side note, if you use more than one argument in a ES6 arrow function, you have to wrap the arguments in parentheses. So we get this index for free, passed in automatically, and I want to pass it to the delete person handler. I will use the syntax where I execute it as an arrow function here, and hence now I'm able to pass index like this. The alternative would be bind this, comma, index. So now we can receive this in the delete person handler. There, of course, I need to be prepared to get the person index. And I can now use it in here to update my state accordingly. First of all, I will fetch all the persons. So I will reach out to this state persons. And then I want to create a new version of that persons array. I simply want to call persons splice, and I want to start splicing a person index and splice one element. This simply removes one element from the array. And thereafter I can call this set state and set persons, to my persons constant, which was updated though by splicing one element. And in case you're wondering how I can add a constant, keep in mind arrays and objects are reference types, so I didn't assign a new value to the constant. It is only holding a pointer. I only changed the element it was pointing to. That's just some general JavaScript knowledge though. So with this, we set the state of the persons to the new persons, the updated persons. And this approach has a flaw we'll fix soon. Let's try it out though. Let me save this file. And let's go back, toggle persons, and we got the same warnings as before. Let's click on that paragraph. As you can see, it does work. We can now remove the persons and exactly the one on which we clicked, like menu or max. However, I said that this approach has a flaw, and I will dive deeper into that flaw in the next lecture.